Rock Band hasn't been on stage for 5 years now, and they're showing up to the party like nothing happened. You may have sold your old instruments or moved on to a new console since you purchased most of your song library, so you might be wondering why you should invest in the 7th installment of the franchise. Are the new modes, songs, and peripherals enough to send you back on tour? For those about to rock, there are 3 options. Play a Show lets 1 to 4 players pick a song from the library, and when it's over, a voting system lets the band members pick what's next in the set list. The voting process functions better if you have more songs beyond the 60 plus that are included in the game. Since most bands only have 1 song in Rock Band 4, the voting screen's attempts at being cryptic are often ineffective. If you just want to sample a few tracks, Quick Play takes you through the library song by song. Go on Tour is Rock Band 4's campaign. By yourself or with a full crew of 4, you can customize a band, pick a city for them to start in, and take them from zeros to heroes. The customization options might not let you create exactly what you want, and it's a bummer that you can't change someone's physique, but the wardrobe is pleasantly flamboyant and diverse. When buying guitars or dressing up, you can change an item's color palette down to the shade of the buckles and zippers. Finishing gigs on tour rewards you with money and fans and opens up new cities. Completing songs earns you stars, and after getting enough, you unlock new tours to cash in on your fame and get new options in the store. Each chapter of your band's story splits off in one of 2 directions, letting you pick what you want your crew to work towards. Sometimes you can vote on set lists, while at other shows, business partners select the tracks for you. Globetrotting with your bandmates is a fun journey as the game lays out different scenarios for each leg of the trip. Some concerts dress the 4 of you in specific outfits, and there are events that favor particular instruments. Sadly, the venues don't represent the cities they're in very well. A club in London isn't any more British than a theater in Seattle, but the whole thing is short enough that you may be tempted to start over and see where different choices take you. You can sample these modes with any combination of instruments, whether you're singing or playing guitar, bass, or drums. The latest set of instruments is made by Mad Catz, and while the changes might not be immediately apparent, drumming and strumming feel smoother than ever. We had a few connection issues with the guitars, but nothing that showed up consistently or dampened the joy of performing. If you have old hardware from the PS3 and Xbox 360, you can use it on the PS4 and Xbox One, respectively. The Xbox One requires a legacy controller adapter, but it's included with physical purchases. You can also transfer songs that you bought in previous games, although there are some limitations. Harmonix has been very vocal with instructions on how to make the most out of your old Rock Band purchases, and legitimate reasons why, in rare cases, you can't. For many, the ability to transfer old songs and use old guitars is the deciding factor when considering a reunion with the franchise, so it's good to have as many details as possible. Whether you already own them or you're investing for the first time, a back catalog of 900 songs is available at launch, with more on the way. Some of these include new upgrades like freestyle solos and 3-part harmonies, and we recommend adding favorites because the new track list is less impressive than in previous years. It feels like a lineup that fills holes in the existing library instead of standing on its own. Harmonix is supporting a lot of old features and tech, but are letting others go to focus on what fans have spent the most time with. The game isn't coming to PC anytime soon, there's no option to play with friends online, and no compatibility for keyboards, electronic drum kits, or real guitars. Based on the success of the series' comeback, these extensions might return in the future. Their absence puts the emphasis on guitar, drums, and vocals, and all 3 have been retooled to offer new challenges. For drummers, it's now less clumsy to activate overdrive by performing drum fills, and like before, you can upgrade to pro drums with a set of cymbals that are sold separately. Singing on hard or expert grants a freestyle bonus for hitting certain notes, and harmonies are back for new and legacy songs. Guitars now have freestyle solos, and these improvisational breaks might be our favorite addition to Rock Band 4. During a freestyle solo, you follow prompts along the note highway to hold out one note, or play notes at the pace of the song, or play at double speed, etc. The prompts are blue at the top part of the guitar and orange for the high notes closer to the guitar's body. During each of these highlighted areas, you can hold down one note or any combination of the 5, and when you strum the guitar, the game will hit notes on or around what you're holding down. Freestyle solos are rewarding because they let you leave your own stamp on a performance instead of just coloring within the lines. Hitting the entire first batch of notes immediately after a solo wraps up is exhilarating, and you'll find your solo sound better the more you play each song. We admittedly didn't understand how solos worked when we first tried them, but after practicing for a few days, we can't live without them. The best part about solos is they can be completely ignored. You can hit whatever buttons you want and it'll probably sound awesome, but the closer you follow the guides, the more points you'll earn. If you prefer the old way of doing things, you can turn off solos in the options, even in the middle of a show. Sometimes it's nice just to play a track the way it was written. There's also an endless mode to practice or just solo through an entire song. Although Rock Band 4 is exclusive to current-gen consoles, there's no drastic improvement in the visuals. We'd like to see the detail present in the character customization extend to the venues as well, especially inside whichever location we choose to call home. The one thing that sets a high bar on the PS4 and Xbox One is the audio, as expected. The songs are mixed exquisitely to highlight whichever instrument you're playing, and the audience reactions are immersive, whether they're cheering after recognizing their favorite song or singing the chorus back to you when you're playing well. Harmonix has said it just felt right to bring Rock Band back in 2015. We're always ready to revisit this franchise as long as we can access the music we love on equipment that works. It's great that the instruments have been upgraded, but there's room for a more robust campaign and other missing features, with fates likely resting on how successful this reboot is. If you need to buy all of Rock Band 4 to get a band going, it's a lot to pick up, but it's a worthy investment if you're in the market for a great party game. If you're fortunate enough to already have compatible gear or pre-purchased music ready to download, there's no reason not to rock again.